I used to talk about my DMT theories like all the time, right? I had to take a lot of time to heal myself, to work on myself, right? There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes in my human life that has nothing to do with like my shamanic stuff. So like I try to balance. But I've had this idea. I have so many deep spiritual, psychedelic, shamanic, DMT ideas. But like most of the time, I just be having these conversations. I just conversate, and then I forget to record the conversation, and then like there's a lot that I feel like I need to say, and I don't know where to start. So, a deep DMT psychedelic theory, like modern shamanism, this whole thing, right? I've been walking this path for so long, and like whether you agree with it or not, this is some real information that I need people to actually listen to. Because I was thinking about, this is deep, so just letting you know, warning you, deep philosophy, okay? I was thinking about, this is what originally made me think about it. Let me stop talking and listen. I don't know if you hear the bugs, but I'm a musician, right? So I understand frequencies are visual. So like sound has a visual aspect to it. So I made a deep psychedelic theory about higher dimensions, right? And how I think like how when we describe dimensions, or mathematicians describe other dimensions, they always add another dimension to a cube. But when I described it in my video, I described that we would have to add another thing to everything. So like the cube gets another dimension, but then sound would get another dimension, and the other dimension of sound would be sight, that you can see the sound, right? I was thinking about how energy is a vibration, right? Sound is a vibration. And then like if you're playing, so like I said, this is really hard to explain, so just bear with me here. What I'm trying to say, because the reason why it's a deep psychedelic theory and not just some typical philosophy, right, is that I was thinking about how when I'm in DMT space, right, I used to smoke DMT often, and I can fully let go to it and enter that space completely and let go of my body completely. So while I'm in that space, I'm able to create what I called a love bubble. And basically what the love bubble is that I have so much love because my mother, right, I come from a poor background, but my mother loves like a goddess. Like she has the love of God in her. So my whole life I've had that type of love. So when I was in DMT space, I just used my own internal love as like a force field to protect me while I'm inside of DMT space. Because the shamans looked at DMT space as the spirit world, right? So they looked at it like there was good and bad entities in that world, right? And that this is some serious business, that it's not just you tripping balls, right? You're not just seeing colors. It's not just in your mind, right? There was a realness to it, to the shamans. So they developed real techniques to protect themselves in that real world. Just like in this world, insects, animals, whatever, have developed techniques to protect them in this world. How animals roar to remind you, get the fuck back, right? Like, step away, right? Like, humans sing and we make music and we dance, but singing, dancing, and fire help protect humans from the other animals in the woods, right? You're basically creating a force field of sound, a force field of energy protecting you in your environment and protecting the people you love, right? Because that's what I was thinking about love. How, while I was in DMT space, I learned how to create a love bubble, right? The energy bubble that protects me as I'm going through DMT space. But now I've learned how to spread that out, right? So then I was thinking about how, like, now my energy can protect other souls. So then I was thinking about how if I could just get my money right, let me get my money right. Do you know that my money will be able to provide for other souls? Because I don't give a fuck about money. So, like, I don't give a fuck. So obviously I would use it for people who do give a fuck, right? Like, I'm already a loving, powerful entity. Like, I don't really need the love. I already have it. So I can give it to someone who does, right? Like, I was thinking about how we have forgotten what the fuck is going on. And because I have not let go of this whole DMT shamanism thing, it allowed me to not forget what the fuck is going on. That you are a physical being right now, but technically you're not. Technically you are a light being. And technically, like, this world in DMT space isn't that much different. Like, it's not that much different, right? Because the same shit that I'm working on in this world is the same shit that's going to help me in the next world. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's the fact that I've developed self-love that helps me in this world and the next, right? I have the ability to, so I understand frequencies and vibrations and all this other shit, right? So if an energy is trying to project negative energy towards me, fear, whatever the fuck, I know how to create a force field of energy and power and love that can push back at them, right? Like, just like in the real world, if I claimed this land is mine, right, and I have 7 different families living on this land, I dare someone to try to invade. Like, but if someone invaded on your land, in your home, could you protect the people you love? Like, I'm becoming such a powerful being that people wouldn't even dare. Like, and then you got people saying, you know, you're not as good as you claim. I never claimed I was good. I said I'm loving. What is good? Because if somebody tries to hurt someone I love, and I destroy that person who tried to hurt the person I love, who's evil in that? Me or them? It's about the fact that I would never, ever use my power to hurt someone, ever. Unless they were in my space, right? If I have a love bubble and you try to pop my love bubble, yeah, that's a huge problem that you're gonna have to deal with, right? Like, I guess what I'm saying is, as men, we have forgotten the whole point of power is to get powerful so there's innocent, like, and sorry for the ramble here, because this is a big fucking topic, because I was really thinking about this shit, like, how my mother is still such an innocent soul, right? And, like, it's women like her that remind me that that's the only reason why men should be powerful. So women like her can still die an innocent soul, right? Like, I lost a bit of my innocence so you can keep yours. Like, that is the fucking point, bro. Something I realized, it's like, well, I've gained all this, I went through so much shit to be able to gain this spiritual power, to be able to gain this spiritual understanding of how to maneuver in DMT space, how to protect yourself from these different entities and spells and this and that and yada, blah, blah. You know how much suffering I had to go through to be able to do that? But the universe knew that I would be able to make it through. So I'd be able to come back with the information on how, because I'd make it out alive, right? Like, because, like, on some real shit, and I'm going to end the video here because it's just going to be a ramble, but, like, on some real shit, I was thinking about how, like, people used to tell me, because I'm a father, right? They used to say, you got to get your priorities straight, because, like, you know, people that know me in my real life know that I'm actually broke. I might look like I'm not broke, but I am, right? So people be like, hey, you got to get your money right because, you got a kid, so you got to start thinking about your child. Maybe I was thinking about my child. Maybe I was thinking about the fact that my child is a soul and that her soul needed the knowledge on how to protect her soul, how to build her soul, how to love herself, how to protect the love she has, how to protect her energy, how to preserve her energy, how to gain intelligence, how to gain spiritual power, how to gain spiritual wisdom, and understanding that you're a soul that's going to maneuver through the universe, and you have to make sure that you're okay as you maneuver through the universe. But yeah, sure, money's the most important thing, right? Yeah. Making sure, yeah. Sure, I healed my depression. You know how long it took me to learn how to heal my depression? Right? How to heal my anxiety? How to stop self-harming? You know how much work it took to learn that? But because I know that, I can teach my child that same thing. Like, I think we're missing the point. And because I live a modern shamanistic life, I am a modern shaman. I live shamanically, I think shamanically, and I think spiritually. So while everyone's trying to focus on the physical reality, I realized I could rebuild my cells from the ground up, bro. I could have $0 to my name right now, and I could have $1 million to my name in 3 years. Because when you understand the spiritual aspect of reality, life is much different. So all I'm trying to say is we're forgetting the spiritual point of everything. What a family is, what love is, what an energy bubble is, what a love bubble is, why the frequency of your music matters, what do we mean when we say love and fear are the only two things that exist? That love is at a certain frequency, fear is at a certain frequency. What the fuck is frequency? What the fuck do we mean by vibrations? What is an energy force field? What the fuck is a force field? DMT, what is DMT? Earth, what is Earth? Souls, what are souls? Right? What's the difference between a human family and a soul family? What's the difference between a music festival and souls partying without their body for the first time? Ask DMT. Maybe DMT knows the answer. Ask the mushroom. Maybe the mushroom knows the answer. Ask Mother Ayahuasca. Maybe Mother Ayahuasca knows the answer.